All right, let's give this a shot. Hey guys, what's going on? In this video, we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to be recording this in a little bit different of a manner. We're going to be talking about how to make more money and build wealth, and the thing that every successful person does. I'm going to be recording this in a style where it's more podcast type style. There's nothing to look at. There's nothing on screen. There's no graphics or transitions or anything like that. It's going to be something that you can just listen to while you're in the car or just sitting there working or doing whatever you want, whatever you may be doing, right? So the way that I'm going to go about this video, this is going to be kind of a continuation of my thoughts, as Dave Lee likes to say. So what we're going to talk about here today, every successful person does this one thing. And what this one thing is they are willing to go out there and focus and put an immense amount of time into themselves, into their business, and into the things that they're doing. And this is what sets them apart. And this is how they make more money and are able to build long-term wealth. The thing that I like to compare this to is comparing it to sports or to music, right? When you first pick up a sport, you're not going to be very good at it. You learn the rules, you get used to it, and thankfully most sports are, something that you can kind of pick up after, an hour of watching somebody play, or, you kind of get the general gist of it. That works for sports. Music, a little bit the same way, but a little bit more difficult, right? If you're trying to learn an instrument, it's going to take you some time. It might take a couple months, it might take 6 months, maybe even up to a year to fully get a fluent understanding of how to play that music. Well, business and sales and money and wealth is all the same thing. All of those things take many more years in order to be able to master, but it's something you have to really put your mind to and focus on it every single day in order to get better and in order to increase your level, right? You don't just go into a sport and all of a sudden you're just the best at the sport, right? You have to really practice, you have to learn, you have to focus on it, you have to think about, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? What needs to change to get better? It's the same thing with music. What note am I playing wrong? Where am I, hitting the right note and it's sounding great, but other notes are sounding terrible? Well, business is the same way, right? You have to put in the time and you have to focus on what you're doing right. And when I say business, I really mean that's regarding making money and building wealth. So when it comes to making money, you have to go out there and you have to say, what am I doing wrong, right? Why am I not able to earn more money? Well, the thing with money is that you get paid for the value that you bring to somebody else. So if you're not bringing them enough value, then you're not going to get paid more. And the thing that a lot of people fall into is the trap of trading their time for dollars, right? And that's in the form of saying I get paid $15 per hour, $20 per hour, $30 per hour. The problem with that is that it caps you, and you're only able to earn so much based off of how many hours you can put in. And at some point, you just hit a cap. You can't go any further. This is why running a business or detaching your time from the income that you earn is so important. This is something you really have to focus on and practice at getting better, right? It's okay to be in a job. It's okay to be in that spot, but you need to start looking at things in a different way where you can start to get more familiar with how to earn more money without it being attached to your time. You can do this through leveraging your time or by leveraging your skills. What I mean by that is you can leverage your time by having other people help you with the work, right? Take, for instance, a business owner. Let's say that you run a landscape company. You could run a landscape company and you might say, okay, Mr. Customer, I'm going to charge you $200 for this job. And they agree, and you're going to pay your guy $150 to do this job. Well, you just made $50 and you didn't even have to do the job. All you did was make the connection between the person who wanted the job done and the person who's actually going to do it. So you made $50 and all you had to do was, talk to the owner, negotiate a little bit, come to an agreement, and coordinate everything, right? Now you're making $50, and that might take you, sometimes it might take you 30 minutes. Other times it might take you an hour, maybe 2 hours, right? And so this is just a general example of how you can look at, changing your mindset to make more money and build wealth. You really have to detach your time from the amount of money that you earn. When you do this, this is the process of asking yourself, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Where are things, making improvements? Where are things going wrong? And when you do this, you really put in a lot of time and effort into getting better at making money, right? Every single successful person, and I mean success as in the form of, making a lot of money or making wealth, every single person will do this, right? There's not a person out there who operates at a very high level in a sport or a instrument or something that they do, maybe it's art or whatever it could be. Nobody operates at a very high level without thinking about it all the time, without trying to get better, without going out there, putting themselves out there to try and get a little bit better each and every day. These are the types of people who think about these things at night. They're the type of people who will sit there and analyze what they're doing right or wrong, like we've talked about. And they're the type of people who are relentless about being focused on it. When I think about my own life and how it's compared to a lot of my friends from high school or just other people I know or people in my community or neighborhood or family members or whatever, I think about what did I do differently that's allowed me to live a pretty, in my terms, successful life. And when I think about this, I think about the situation that I put myself in by working late nights, by working weekends, by relentlessly thinking about how to make more money, right? And the reality of our life is that you have to go out there and make money. You have to make money in one way or another. So you might as well make a lot of it, right? You can be happy. You might as well be happy with a lot of money rather than not enough money at all. At least that's the way I kind of look at things. So I think money can do a lot of good in the world. And what I mean is that, people don't see all of the times that I gave up hanging out with friends or hanging out with family or going on that vacation or buying that thing that I really wanted. People don't see that on a day-to-day basis. Only I'm the only person out there that can see that and know exactly what has gone on in my life to get me to the point where I'm at, where I'm, making a very healthy income, building long-term wealth, and I'm on this trajectory that's going to continue to build and get better each and every year. People don't see that. When I look at other people who are out there, hanging out, partying, working 20, 30, 40 hours a week, doing all these fun things, I look at that and I say, okay, that's great. If they want to live that life, by all means, go for it, right? But you can't live that type of life and then come back and say, well, why aren't I making money? I don't have enough money for this. I don't have enough money for that. I can't afford this or that. Well, it's because you're not really putting in the time or the effort to get to that level to make more money. And, that's the thing that people don't realize. You have to go out there and you have to put in the time in order to make this happen. The thing that you'll realize is that growing and succeeding in the world of money, whether you want to make a lot, you want to make a little bit more, whatever it might be, and also going back to detaching your time from your income, the thing you have to realize is that when you grow and succeed in life, that comes down to your ability to get others to do what you want. Now, let me explain what that means. If you're on YouTube, and let's say, just for the sake of this example, because you're watching this on YouTube, my goal as a YouTube content creator is to theoretically get you to listen to me, right? You're here listening to this video, and this is how I grow. This is how I get more exposure. And as I get more exposure, I get more attention. And as I get more attention, I'm able to earn more. Maybe that's because you watch my video and YouTube pays me a little bit of ad revenue. Perhaps it's because sponsors see the views that I'm getting on my channel and decide to sponsor a video. Or perhaps it's an affiliate link that you're going to click down in the description below. I don't know what that could be, but it's theoretically my goal to get you to listen to me. So that's how I'm going to grow. If you're a real estate agent, it's about your people skills, right? And even going beyond that, looking at any type of profession, whether you're an electrician, you're a plumber, you're a property manager, you're a administrative assistant, whatever it may be. When it comes down to making more money, whether that's even just getting a raise in your job, going from $18 to $20 an hour, you have to provide more value. And you have to increase your people skills. What I mean by that is, unless you're a professional like a doctor or an attorney, doctors and attorneys, they get paid on how well they do their job. That's how they get paid. But for the rest of us, like I said, electricians, plumbers, real estate agents, property managers, all those people I just talked about, we're going to get paid based off of our people skills. For myself, being a real estate agent, I could be the best real estate, I could know real estate inside and out better than anybody else. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean I'm going to make more money. What really is going to make me more money when it comes to real estate is how my people skills evolve, how I'm able to connect with people through YouTube or in person or on the phone, how I'm able to get them to go from point A to point B and provide them the most value along the way. It's not necessarily all about how well I know real estate or do real estate. Now, yes, that is important. You do have to have at least a general level of knowledge when it comes to that type of stuff, but it's not exactly about how well you do real estate. It's about how well you're able to connect with people and continue to find those people to, be able to move them from where they are to where they want to be. So if you're a plumber, again, for an example, if they've got a problem, they've got a clogged sink, the more people you can find with clogged sinks, the more money you're going to make. It doesn't matter how well you're able to unclog that sink. That's not what pays you, right? You need to find more people who have clogged sinks and who have a problem that you can come in and solve. One other thing I want to share is that, interestingly enough, going back to kind of the doctors and whatnot, I've always looked at dentists and thought, man, you go to dentist school, I don't know, it's like 10, 12, 14, 16 years. I don't know how long it is, but you go to school and you might be an awesome dentist. You might be able to really fix up teeth and make, somebody have a really great smile. But that's not how you make money, right? As a dentist, you still have to go out there and market. You still have to go out there and run a business. And that's really the bottom line of what I want to get to here, is that you have to look at how you're going to run a business and how you're going to make more money and start building wealth. And the first thing you've got to do is you've got to commit to thinking about this all the time, right? You've really got to focus on it. You've really got to focus on saving money, on earning more money, on detaching your income from the time that you have. That's the thing that's really important here, is you have to figure out how to do those things. And that comes down to thinking about it day and night, to sacrificing hanging out with friends or family, sacrificing vacations or time off, right? You have to think about this. And most people who become successful are focused on this, just like somebody would be somebody who plays a particular sport or an instrument. If they put in a lot of time and practice, they're going to get pretty good. That's how things work. But right now, too many people just want to, they just want the shortcuts, right? They just want shortcuts. They want things to happen overnight, and it just doesn't work that way. So without going any further, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed this. If you listened all the way to the end, let me know in the comments below what you thought about this type of video. A little bit more of a podcast type style video where I'm just talking into the microphone. Nothing fancy going on, but still filming it at the same time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think about this type of video. Anyway, with that said, we'll catch you guys in the next one.